Oh, it's this woman, her son died.
Sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have some bad news. It's your son. It's okay, I know. You do? Then what are you doing? I have to work. That must be done today. I have work that must be done today since my son can no longer work. It's like this here too, huh?
All right.
Forget about your work, or better yet, think of tending to your son as your task for today. Very well, I'll get to work. People are nuts.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work? I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There's Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Yes.
Then I'll get started. Bring me some fire.
What?
Wait, you intend to burn your child? That's right? That's how you do it? I don't understand. Wouldn't a more formal funeral procession be more appropriate? I'm sorry. Have I done something wrong? Tell me, do you have no custom where relatives of the deceased may say their final farewells? Not really. How could we have on Dana? Until recently, our people were too busy toiling away to think of burial rites. Among Renans, it's customary for relatives to send their remains into the heavens. Why not introduce such a practice to Dana? We believe that in doing so, the deceased spirit shall join the flow of astral energy that travels the cosmos. We can never do something like that. It's the last chance for the bereaved to see their loved ones. Surely something should be done to honor their memory. But death is part of everyday living for us Danans. You really think we're going to ship bodies into space somehow every single day? I simply felt that something more ought to be done. When the Rena still ruled over us, we didn't even know if it was safe to build grave sites. As bodies decompose, they can spread disease. We didn't have any other choice in how we could bury our people. Well, don't think for a second. I've given everything that the Renans did to us. Tell me, Alphen, do you know why none of us have last names like them? Let me tell you why. It's because we outnumbered them, and they denied us our culture to stop us from uniting against them. Your people steal so much from us, and it is as it is, and on top of that, you have the gall to try and make us live like you. If you hate it here so much, why don't you just turn them all hollow? That's enough, Ringwell. No more. Lennigus could strike at any time, and here we are fighting amongst ourselves. We're all well aware of the suffering and hatred we each harbor, but if we're going to coexist, we have to recognize each other's differences. That's what we're all working together to achieve, to bring an end to this whole system and begin to live together side by side. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm here. If any of you think differently, then be my guest and I'll break down every last barrier, even if I have to do it alone. Indeed. I sincerely apologize. I consider you a true friend, but it would appear that I have yet to reckon with our people's dark history in earnest.
I'm afraid not.
Rinwell, I completely accept the blame in all of this. Words cannot express how sorry I am for clearly offending you so deeply. I am sorry for lashing out at you as hard as I did, Dolahim. I guess I'm still working through a lot of emotions. I know you were only thinking about what was best for her son. Rinwell, I'd like you to teach me about the culture and history of this planet. Perhaps that will help us begin to bridge the gap. Sure, I don't mind. Could you maybe teach me about Rena to them? Please? You two are more alike than you realize sometimes. I'm glad we were able to patch things up. We've lost enough good people along the way, that is. Sorry for the distraction. Let's lay your son to rest. We'll do it in the Danon way. Thank you for granting me this task. Don't mention it. It's the least we could do for you as his mom. Well, because of you, my son is at peace now. Rest assured, we intend to build a future for this world that would make him proud. All right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it, you knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
All right. Looks like we've got
There.
a kind of a boss to kill.
You can tell it's tough just looking at it.
Yeah. It'd probably mess us up.
We do have a skip first.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome?
Alright. Okay, I guess we're gonna try to fight this boss. Mini boss, I guess.
I have a bad feeling about this.
It's like resistant to fire, I guess. So there's two of them.
That's my cue.
Take this! Shut him down!
Raging cascade.
Where are you going? Down! While it's reeling!
Take it down.
Denied! This one's all mine! Struck!
Annihilation.
Burn in hell! You're mine! Swallow blade!
There's all three of them. Dang.
Here's a healing arm.
Okay, here I go!
Dreams.
Here I come!
Now we're not
You're mine! It's over! I'll finish you here and now! Eternal devastation!
Where are you going? It looks like you got this one covered.
This one's all mine! Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm!
Illuminate the dark by the power of Holy Glimmer. Ready and
Crush!
Mighty Wind.
Burn in hell!
Tough when they've got all of them here.
Let's do it.
Now you see what I can do!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Swallow blade!
Sleep now. Let's tear him up.
You're mine! Burn in hell!
Got it. Now's our chance.
Ooh, I don't think I got that off in time.
Dragon swarm! Denied!
Holy Glimmer.
Swallow blade! Swallow dance!
Holy Land.
Here I come! Death fire!
Heal me, heal.
Looks like you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful. With the blazing sword, and with the holy arm.
What real pain feels like?
Life bottle.
Listen to it! Try harder!
In a bind?
Here I come! Water blade! It's over! My turn! Struck!
Healing is what my art
You
do
picked
best.
the wrong fight!
All mine can do is
Stay
cause
away from
havoc
my
and
friends!
destruction. They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Manuel!
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
Eternal devastation! First strike! I'll run you through!
I hope this medicine
Here I
will
come!
Leave the target! I've let you all down.
I'm not done!
I'll bring you back from
Yeah.
No escape! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Ignite! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider
The
yourself
struggle of a fight.
I heal you all. Thunderblade.
I've still got a ways to go!
Alright. Says it wants to fight. I don't know where those are. We're gonna turn that back in.
We've reached our destination.
I think Hoodle senses.
I guess Hoodle's got a little friend
Yeah.
here.
Seriously?
Hey!
Lightning Princess, that's fine. What she got here? Divine Saber. Give that to her. Alright. Let's continue the story. See, there's the red woman.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. Going to need more long-term aid.
What?
Whoa. Uh-oh. I guess this
What's
is where the
that
story
noise?
kicks in gear.
This is bad. Look at the sky.
Or did they get themselves a little Death Star? Looked cool, but looked bad. Oh, it's her thorns. Uh-oh. Sucking the energy out and sending it back up. What is it? Pulling us closer? Uh-oh.
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
You're right.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsef too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off.
I don't
As far
remember
as I remember,
seeing
the first
her.
time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelagian.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now,
The
that wedge
2
is a
people
bigger
that
concern.
had cores
What are we gonna do then? We're not gonna
never
be able
saw
to
her
leave Ganeth Harros until we come up with a plan.
until they
right?
didn't have a core in them.
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
Alright.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
I was gonna say, what's it
gonna
look like?
happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
That's pretty
Hey,
cool.
when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute.
I bet the whole of Dana's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelagian seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on, we don't have much time.
Okay, let's see if we can find a way there. When that thing dropped out of Lenegis, the sound, oh my. Thought the mountains were collapsing. Well, he didn't tell me anything. You trying to find a way out to the other realms? Can't say I've ever heard about anything. If we knew about anything like that, we wouldn't have had to hunker down in Thistle. Yeah, I never tried. Can I not? I can't fast travel to those places. Huh. You're trying to get to the other realms without a sturdy boat. There isn't much you can. Wait, I take that back. I remember one of the elders who recently started talking a little mentioned something. Apparently back in the day there used to be a way to get through the Forland Mountains, but not anymore. What could it have been? You're not helping.
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
I bet they're right there. Yeah.
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
No. We just swim out here.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
How many times you gonna ask that? Hey, Scarecrow. How are you doing, buddy? Doing well?
Armored soldiers.
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic. I can carve through armor.
Eternal devastation! I'm on it!
Why didn't I hit the... Oh, my fishy. You know, I was doing some editing for YouTube videos. And I had to do the... edit the I Am Fish game. I about just quit because it made me that frustrated just watching the video. But I did learn that bug was fixed. It got a 7 out of 10. Yeah. Well, I learned that the bug was fixed. If you didn't play it through Game Pass, PC Game Pass, it was fine. But if you did play it through PC Game Pass, you had to download an update, and I didn't, because other people had the same problem.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
But it still had me frustrated to where I just didn't want to play that game anymore.
Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia.
What's wrong?
Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
The review, yeah, the review I laughed at didn't mention literally unplayable for long sections. Yeah. I watched a lot of other streamers
I don't know
play
when it
that, and they had
happened, but
very
we sure are
similar
hauling a
issues than
lot
what
of
I
stuff
did.
these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out, like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes
Am I
from
really
history.
getting lectured
Pretty art's
for
not gonna
having
save you in a
items?
fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure, filled with memories.
Really hinting that we're getting to the end.
The heavens must be smiling.
I don't think we
Tell
are.
me,
I
Alpha,
still think we got a few
wherever
more
did you learn
hours.
how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danon master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danon master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danon techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
Dialogue is
True
getting
enough.
pretty.
I will stop worrying about
Pretty
mentioning
weak.
it then.
You know, one thing I noticed when I logged on into this game,
This place is
the
rather
opening
gloomy.
scene
Why
was
don't you
different.
lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
It was the
I'll see what I can do.
it was the anime that unlocked after we beat Volheim.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting?